Hi there, gorgeous. Hope you're having a fabulous day and that your week is off to a beautiful start. In today's video, I'm sharing some more pro makeup artist tips with you. I love videos like this because I like to try new things that I've never tried before, especially when it comes to makeup application. And so these tips are ones I had never heard of before making this video. I don't think I've ever really seen anybody on YouTube do them. Of course, I don't really get to watch YouTube much anymore these days anyway, but anyway, I really hope that you find these helpful. They are some really amazing tips and definitely worth trying. The first one I have to share with you involves applying your primers in a different way and thinking about primers differently than what you may have been accustomed to learning about them in the past, and it definitely changed the way that I look at them. I love hydrating primers. I love mattifying primers. I never really thought to mix the two, but if you want to have a dewy appearance without looking like an oil slick, for those of us who are oily, you can absolutely mix them. So the way that you would do this is apply your mattifying primer onto the T-zone of the face, so directly from the forehead down the nose to the chin. And this will keep that area from looking too greasy, too shiny, breaking down too quickly. But then take your hydrating primer and apply it on the rest of your face, everywhere except for the T-zone. And this creates a really beautiful effect on the skin. It gives you that dewy, hydrated, fresh finish, but it doesn't look greasy. It's really fascinating, and it lasts all day too. I mean, the primers that I use there are some of my favorites, and I was really impressed by the results with this. This was such an eye-opening tip for me personally because I come from the 90s way of applying makeup where everything is completely matte, but I've gravitated more to liking the hydrated, fresh, dewy appearance on the skin. Being oily though, it's a little hard to go fully dewy sometimes. So I like the ability to mix primers like that, keep everything intact in the center of the face, but still have that glowy, fresh dew appearance on the rest of the face. This next tip is utterly fascinating. I would have never thought to have done this, but it makes sense. If you want to find a lipstick shade that is like your lip color but better, the best way to do it is actually to pull your lip down and look at the inside of your lip and try to find a color that matches the color of the inside of your lip. I know it's totally bizarre. This is probably one that you want to do all by yourself when you're alone because it just look, yeah, you feel kind of foolish when you're doing it, but it's amazing because it's accurate. The color that I ended up finding that matches that area, the closest one that I have is from Flower Beauty. It's called Naked Blush, and you can see it's like my lip color, but better. So I'd highly recommend trying this out if you are looking for your best nude shade, because the inside color of your lip is going to be your best nude lipstick shade. I do have two new tips to share with you in this video about how to stop concealer creasing, and it's not like anything I've ever seen or heard before making this video, and they do work. I tried them out off camera and the results were fabulous. So first one I have to share with you is to take a brush handle. I'd recommend going with an eyeshadow brush handle because it is smaller and thinner. And then take that and roll it underneath your eyes after you've applied your concealer, and it collects the excess product that usually causes the area to crease. And then after you've done that, you do want to lightly set it with powder. What's great about this technique is that it's not just limited to the under eye area. If you have the same problem in your forehead with lines up here or around the sides of your mouth with lines here, and you notice foundation settling into those areas, you can apply the same technique with the brush handle, roll it, get the excess product off, lightly powder it, set it, and you'll be amazed at how long your makeup lasts. The other tip that you can do for eliminating concealer creasing is to take a setting spray, spray it into the palm of your hand, and then dip your finger into the setting spray and lightly tap it underneath your eye until it is fully dry and absorbed into the skin. Then apply a small amount of setting powder and your under eye area is set, and it will remain that way all day long. It's like the silliest little things that I'm like, oh, I wish I would have thought of that. Work so well. Now, I don't know about you, but I've always struggled with getting my mascara onto the very base of my lashes. And because I have blonde eyelashes, that's typically the dead giveaway that I am wearing mascara, because you see this blonde root showing through with the black mascara applied over the top. And it's always bugged me, but I've never never really thought about how to get in there and really apply the mascara to the root of the lashes without freaking out, because that area of my eye is super sensitive. But I found this tip from a makeup artist and it works amazingly well. What you do is you take a brush handle, again, it can be the brush handle of an eyeshadow brush like I used previously, and you apply it to the base of the lashes, roll your lashes up and back, and this will allow you to wiggle the mascara wand against the base of the lashes and then pull through any clumps so that you're getting a very clean application. And not only does the brush handle protect your lid from the mascara getting on it, but it does allow you to get down to the base root of the lashes and coat every lash with the mascara. So I love this tip. If you have blonde eyelashes and that has described your issue with mascara, give it a shot. You'll be amazed. And even though my eyes are really sensitive to anything at the base of my lashes, I don't struggle with that tip at all. And it doesn't make my sensitivity worse. Similar to the tip that I shared with you in the beginning about applying the 2 different primers to your face, you can also accomplish the same thing with setting sprays if you don't want to use primers. So if you want a dewy but mattified appearance, you can do the same thing with a hydrating setting spray and a mattifying setting spray. So take the mattifying spray, and I use a brush for the most precise application. Apply that down the center of the face, and then take your hydrating spray, again, using a brush for the most precise application, and apply it around the perimeter of the face. This tip comes from Patrick Ta, who is a very well-known makeup artist, and I believe he was the makeup artist for Gigi Hadid, if I'm not mistaken, among many other celebrities out there also. But I love not only his tips, he's got some really amazing ones, but his makeup line is fabulous too. I've tried a few products from his line and every single one of them has been amazing. And the last tip I want to share with you is one that comes from James Vincent. And if you've not heard of James Vincent, he is a very well-known makeup artist. I've met him in person a couple times at the makeup show when they come down to Orlando for their annual trade show. And he is so knowledgeable when it comes to everything makeup, and he has so many great tips. And every time I see him give a seminar, I'm always sitting there writing down all kinds of things that he says because he's just so knowledgeable about makeup. And this tip is one that I have never tried before from him, but I've always wanted to. And it uses a number 2 pencil of all things. And he tells you to sharpen it to a point and then use it to fill in the sparse areas on the inner corner of the brows and create brow-like hairs. And he says the reason that this works so well is because the pencil is a perfect graphite shade that blends in with most skin tones and complexions. And so I gave it a try, and it actually does look pretty nice on the brows. The way that I do it personally is I have to fill in my brows first with a powder separately, and then I'll leave that area blank and then go back with the pencil and fill it in lightly with brow hair strokes. And I was pretty amazed at the results with this one. So don't knock it till you try it. You might be surprised at what it does. So those are all the tips I had to share with you in this video. I'm so sorry it's so short today. It's getting harder to find really unique tips out there that I've never tried before, never heard of before. And I'm trying to bring you the best quality over quantity. So if you have a tip that I have not tried before, or one that's worked really well for you that you feel like you've never heard anyone talk about on YouTube, please feel free to share it below, and I would love to include it in a future video. And it doesn't even have to be that. Even if you have a tip that is really widely known, you're welcome to share that one below also. At any rate, thank you for hanging out here with me today. I really appreciate you taking the time to spend with me, and I hope that you'll try these tips out. They are really fabulous, and they do a world of wonders to your face. It's just, I'm always amazed when I try new things like this. So I hope that you found this helpful. Wishing you a beautiful rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you again sometime later on this week.